Okay. So verse 4, we're in 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 4, that every one of you should know how to possess his vessel in sanctification and honor.
I love it.
Paul teaches that believers must learn how to possess their vessels properly. This means govern your life, your thoughts, discipline your flesh, guarding your spirit, and honoring God with your body and conduct.
Can you say the discipline one again?
I'm going to say all of it again. This is what this means: governing your life, your thoughts,
Mm-hmm.
discipline your flesh, guarding your spirit, your ear gates, your eye gates,
Your mouth.
even your mouth, and honoring God with your body and conduct.
Yes.
When was the last time that we ministered to not only the generations that are coming in, but the generations that have already come, that's been sitting in church for 30 and 40 years? Governing your life, your thoughts, disciplining your flesh, disciplining your flesh. Not a lot of people talk about gluttony, but that's a real sin.
It is.
We have ministers now, and even now the Lord is calling for us to be more healthy. Even in myself, I'm working towards that, and we're working towards that, eating the right things, make sure that we have our vitamins. But that gluten, oh well, gluten too.
Okay.
Gluten and glutton.
I'm like, you really?
Well, glutton is a sin, not gluten. But we need to discipline our flesh. We think that maybe because we're not doing sex, discipline your flesh is not only about sexual immorality or sexual sins. It's also about eating.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's also about greed,
Mm-hmm.
financially, career wise, different things that you want to have the ability to step over people to get where you need to be.
Mm-hmm. Even social, being with people you shouldn't be with. All of it.
Yes. Paul understood that the presence of God is holy, and holy things must be handled with reverence.
Oh.
The presence of God is holy, and holy things must be handled with reverence. That's not your partner. That's not your road dog. He is God. He is God, and beside him there is no other. He is holy. See, when the reverence when it's removed, which it has been, strange fire appears.
Right.
So now you have people calling a holy God that need to be reverenced. Now it's okay if we're close, and it's okay that we're coming. Hey, Prophetess Keisha, it's okay if we're coming to know God and we're becoming closer. But in that is honor.
It is.
In that is sanctification. In that it is holiness. You do not come to a holy God and talk to him as if he was one of your dudes.
Boys.
You're aging yourself, Tiff.
Oh,
she said, I don't care.
That's a shirt in the thing now. Jesus is my homeboy.
Holy Paul understood that the presence of God is holy, and holy things must be handled with reverence.
It is.
Another danger in the church culture is becoming familiar with holy things while losing reverence for them. Becoming familiar with holy things while losing reverence for them. Hey, brother, I see you on. We become familiar with worship, with preaching, with ministry, etc. When we become familiar with things, there's a respect that's lost. So we no longer see these things. Hey, Dia. Hey, sis.
Dia.
We no longer see things as the way that God has given us to see things. They become belittled. So now you're saying, worship is the first part of the service. So I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna go ahead and go have breakfast. And by the time I get there, maybe the pastor will be up and I'll get the word. Come on now. That's familiar. That's familiar. Or maybe I know what he gonna preach about. The first 30 minutes gonna be money. So I'm gonna go ahead and come in after the word, after the first 10 minutes of the word, so that familiar ministry. I know God said, "Do not forsake the assembly," but I just, I am the church. I am the temple. Yes, you are the church. That's in the word. But also, don't forsake the assembly. That's when the enemy becomes more active in your life. Mm-hmm. That's when he gets what old school, our grandmother said, a foothold in your life, because now you think, oh, you know what? I really don't have time for ministry, but you have time to go to work. You have time to go on vacation. I don't have time for ministry, but and it's not about. Let me show you, because the thing is finding the right place, because we understand there's a lot of teachings and a lot of things going on that we said earlier, that comforts the flesh but don't crucify it. So I understand the dilemma, but you can always find the word and you can always keep looking. So we seek. The Lord tells us to seek. If you seek after me, then you will find me. You will. So that's a promise. If you seek, you will find. If you knock, the door will be open. Is one more that I'm missing? No. It's seek, find, and something. If you knock, seek, y'all tell me. All right. So we become familiar with not only worship, preaching, and ministry, we become familiar with God. Oh, God, you know what's up. You know what I'm feeling. I don't have to tell you. Ask. Thank you, Shantae. Ask, and it should be given to you. Yeah. But we become familiar with God, and then that sanctification, that holiness, that consecration, it becomes dimmer and dimmer, because now we're saying, oh, God can meet me anywhere. Mm-hmm. And he can. We're not saying that he can't, but he's saying, but when you avoid his presence because maybe you have other things to do, maybe he blessed you with something, and now that something is becoming your God. Mm. So when a believer lives sanctified, let's get back to sanctified. Their discernment sharpens, conviction is thriving, right? They hear the Holy Spirit clearly. Compromise become uncomfortable. If you're compromising and there's no conviction, you outside of the realm of safety. You are outside the realm of safety. If you can sin with no conviction, you are outside of safety. When compromise enters, spiritual sensitivity weakens. So now I started off with a little bit of here, a little bit of there, little bit of there. Yes, I'll say it again. It says, when compromise enters, spiritual sensitivity weakens. Yeah. Hey, Apostle Vani, welcome. So now we know that when we live a sanctified life, when we live a consecrated life, that we can discern better. We can there's that conviction, there's that clarity of the Holy Spirit. There's compromise is not comfortable. If something happens, you're like, oh, that just didn't feel right. I mean, that just my spirit is vexed, because you understand that something is wrong. Yeah. Something is off. But the thing is, we've been so desensitized by media, by social media, by even church. Can I say that? We have been so desensitized by these feel-good messages that we don't know conviction if it slapped us in the face. Yeah. We don't know conviction if it slapped us in the face. Yeah.